All right, greetings everyone. Welcome to the second part of the video on the prereq material for section 4.1. Just one more concept to go over. And this is about solving for values using, when we're solving using power functions. So looking at the first one here, we have x to the fourth equals 81. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite that over here. So x to the fourth equals 81. And if you recall from stuff we've done earlier in the quarter, the way we solve this is we need to undo the fourth power, so we do the opposite of that, or the inverse of that, which is the fourth root. So what we're looking for here, x is going to be the fourth root of 81. Now you may know that off the top of your head, but if you don't, there are ways to figure this out on our calculator. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that. So if I go to my graphing calculator here, there's a couple of ways to do this. So one way is to start by typing in 4, since we're doing the fourth root. Then we'll hit the math button. And notice that number 5 down here is a root with an x. So if we go down to that one, press enter. Notice what has happened is now that the calculator has taken the 4 and put it in for the root. We take the fourth root of 81. It looks like we get 3. Okay, so that's one way to do it. Another thing we can do, if you recall from stuff we've looked at earlier in the quarter, if we have the fourth root of x, okay, x to the first, we can rewrite that as x to the 1/4. Okay, so what that's saying basically, where x is any number, is taking the fourth root of a number is the same as raising that number to the 1/4 power. So we can use that here in our calculators as well. So if we take 81 and raise it to the power of 1 divided by 4, and depending on the calculator you're using, you want to make sure that this 1/4 is all in the exponent. Press enter. Notice we also get 3. Okay, so two different ways to do the fourth root there. All right, so let's go back to our PowerPoint then, or not our PowerPoint, but our handout. And looks like it erased all my drawings, so let me write that again. So we had x to the fourth equals 81. We took the fourth root on each side. So we ended up with x equals fourth root of 81, which was just 3. Now, one other thing, when we're taking an even root of a number, there are actually always two answers. And the way we show the two answers is with the plus or minus. Okay, so here we get that x is plus or minus 3. And you could check that either one of those numbers, if you plug it in for x up here, it'll give us a true statement. All right, let's go ahead then and solve the next one. So we have 3t to the 7th minus 9 equals 375. Okay, and just like we've done on past problems, before we start taking roots, we need to isolate this t to the 7th here. So we'll add 9 to both sides. We do that, we'll end up with 3t to the 7th equals 375 plus 9 should be 384. Can divide by 3 on both sides. And we do that, we end up with t to the 7th equals 384 divided by 3, which is 128. And then we take the 7th root here on each side because we're trying to undo the 7th power. So 7th root on the left, 7th root on the right. And when we do that, we get t equals, and we again go to our calculator. Okay, when you take the 7th root of 128, so remember one way to do that is press 7, then math, number 5 here, which puts the 7th root in, and if we do 128, we get 2, or we can do 128 raised to the 1/7 power. Notice that also gives us 2. Okay, so on the last one there, t would equal 2. Okay, you can work through the other problems on your own. That's it for now. Thank you for watching.